Hi, my name's Emily Franson, and I decided to do my cultural reporter project on Irish culture. According to Martin and Nakayama in Intercultural Communication and Context, published in 2013, culture is described as being learned patterns of behavior and attitudes shared by a group of people. Irish is considered a culture because people have the same heritage background, it gives them a sense of identity, and they have acquired in beliefs and values from being a part of that culture. For this project, I decided to get a more in-depth look of my friend Miranda. As you can see here, we've been friends since we were 5 years old, and we've basically grown up together, but I've never had that kind of look into her life when it comes to her Irish heritage. A little background information about Miranda. Her mother is half Irish, her father is full Irish, and traits that she has that are familiar within the Irish culture would be her red hair, freckles, and green eyes. A concept I found very helpful when learning more about Miranda's culture would be this system of semiotics. It's basically the relationship between signs, and semiosis is that producing of meaning making. There's signifiers, which are those symbols that we kind of refer to something else, and that something else would be the signified. This all combined gives us signs, meanings that merge from the combination of the two. We'll apply these concepts by looking at things that really mean something to the Irish culture. One of these things being claddagh rings, which each woman in Miranda's family owns, and it really is a identifying characteristic in the Irish culture. It depicts a heart, hands, and a crown. The heart signifies love, the hands signifying friendship, and the crown signifies loyalty. Another item we can apply semiotics to would be family crests. According to archives.com, crests were used during wartime back in the day so that people could identify what families they were a part of. The image here is Miranda's family crest. It depicts a lion, which signifies bravery, clovers, and a harp, which basically just represent Ireland as a whole, and a scribe, which represents knowledge. These are all very big parts of Miranda's life and things that her family really value. According to my observational data gathered from meeting with Miranda's family at her house on November 23rd, 2013, I found a lot of themes that arose from speaking with her family, and many of these came from stereotypes, which is the generalized idea of a particular type of people, and definitely the number one stereotype was drinking. These expectations from her friends and assumptions about her family really give a negative part of the Irish culture. She gave me a depth look at what she deals with on a regular basis when it comes to this drinking stereotype, saying that she's criticized more than others, and even when she's drinking with people of all different types of backgrounds, just because of the way she looks, she's expected to be the most sloppy, the most drunk, and it really does hurt her feelings. This clip from a Family Guy episode depicts how this drinking stereotype is also displayed pretty greatly in the media.
Welcome to Ireland. We'll be landing in 5 minutes.
This is quite a country, Brian. You know, Ireland has more drunks per capita than people.
Oh, that's a negative stereotype. I don't think the Irish drink as much as people say they do.
This sense of familial identity is very present in Miranda's family also. It's this sense of self as always connected to your family. And knowing Miranda for so many years, I've never seen that more present in anyone other's family than hers. Um, speaking with them, we consistently talked about values that have been passed down from generation to generation. And her grandmother always talked about how family was always the truest asset to life, no matter what. And then, like we had said before, the values that are depicted in their crest are a huge part of their lives. The last theme I wanted to discuss was history, past, present, future, and dialectic sense, which is the focus on both past and present when understanding intercultural communication. Talking to Miranda's grandfather, I learned a lot about the history of Irish culture, which is very depressing, and it deals a lot with disease and death, and even coming to America, they dealt with poverty and racism. And it really came together when he explained to me that if people knew where these stereotypes came from, and when it comes to Ireland, it came from a lot of hardship. I would just hope that they would treat people differently, and that resonated with me a lot. So what does this all mean? Advice that I would give others after doing this project is having other knowledge. This is knowing how people from other cultures think and behave to become a better communicator, because this also influences your self-knowledge, knowing how your strengths and weaknesses as a communicator are received by other people. Knowing Miranda for so many years, and after doing this project, I feel like I know more about her because I know where the person she has become came from, and it's from this Irish culture and her family values. Four components of intercultural communication competence that help me receive this is having the motivation to learn about her, attitude, which made me be non-judgmental of what I was about to hear, behavior, and being empathetic of what she was telling me, and skills to be respectful of learning all these things at once. A quote I absolutely loved that came from Miranda's family that's been passed down from generation to generation is, "May your pockets be heavy and may your heart be light. May good luck pursue you each morning and night." I'm so glad that I got to learn more about Miranda and her Irish culture because I feel like it's made me learn a little something about myself.